We are celebrating everything Irish today, and our next guest fits the bill. Patrick McBride has been writing Sundrops, his uplifting thoughts, for over 10 years. His book, Sundrops on Life, a book of good thoughts, is a collection of over 450 of these positive creations. And he joins me now to share his Sundrops with us. Good morning, Patrick.
Good morning, Amy.
You are our true Irishman today, born on St. Patrick's Day. His name is Patrick, doesn't get any better than this. I've had an opportunity to look through your book, of your inspirational thoughts. Tell me, how did this all begin for you?
It started basically where I put in a couple of my thoughts in a regular newsletter of other people's quotes, and people seemed to like them, and they seemed to come easily, and I figured I'd do it for a couple of months.
And it started as a newsletter, just you know, one thought every once in a while to help people. Now, was it something in your past that really wanted you to gear towards inspirational writing and to inspire other people?
My parents had been, you know, my dad was a fireman and my mom was a corrections officer. And
your mom was a corrections officer at Rikers.
In New York City.
And your dad was a New York City fireman.
New York City Rescue 1. And they always showed all that caring, all that compassion, you know, and so that was a big part of it.
And that's a huge influence. Okay, so then the people respond to these wonderful Sundrops, and then a book is formed. Was that thrilling to you to be able to publish something like this?
A wonderful opportunity, thanks to Dr. Scott Zashin here in Dallas. He's the one that made it all happen. Lane Brzezinski, you know, copied them all down for me. I mean, so many people helped, you know, and my wonderful, wonderful wife, you know, and children was such a support. And so it worked really, really well.
Yeah, it is. And now here you are making your first TV appearance, right, on Good Morning Texas.
Flutter.
Yes, that's right. Well, it's exciting to read through this, and even more to see whose hands this book has ended up in. You spend a lot of time with our veterans, don't you?
Yes.
And they have seen this book and read this book. Share some of your stories about what the reaction has been when you visit veterans hospitals.
Well, one of the things was I decided that the veterans, the people that were living, you know, every day in a hospital bed, could use some inspirational words to just get them through the day, you know. So I figured, the book's a great way of doing this. And so I took a couple of boxes of books down to the Veterans Administration down here in Dallas, south of downtown. And I have to tell you, Amy, those are the people at Voluntary Services are the most dedicated, wonderful people. I know you hear a lot of stuff about veterans hospitals now and everything else. There is no finer group of people than the Voluntary Services people. And you've done the USO work. You've done the hospital tours and 4 times in Bosnia and stuff. I mean, you've done it all.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And these people are so appreciative. And, you know, they've worked to get the book into the hands of soldiers to help them. I mean, they help the soldiers every way they possibly can. And the book is just another way to help.
It is. And we've talked about this. You were in the Marines.
I was in the Marines.
And so we both served our time overseas.
Indeed.
And on military bases. And, you know, you're right. The soldiers, they take little thoughts or little quotes or scriptures or whatever it is. They stick it in their helmet. They have it, you know, in their backpack. They have it somewhere. And, you know, it's always those little visual keys that keep them going, and certainly in a veterans hospital. You saw men and women coming back from Iraq, didn't you? And you were actually there when some people were being shipped back in.
There was wonderful people that just, as soon as I brought the books in, there was an elderly white-haired gentleman there that just grabbed a book, had me sign it for a young man that had just walked in filled with shrapnel. And I mean, and he took the book right to him, and it was so touching. It really was. I mean, I wanted to call my wife, and I couldn't talk on the cell phone because it choked me up so much.
I know. And having that background in the military, I know what a big difference. And you'll never find a more appreciative audience than them.
Oh, they're wonderful people.
And so people can actually go online to your website, and they can buy these books at a discounted cost if they'd like to donate them, right, to veterans hospitals?
There's a donation section on the website itself. They can buy a book themselves, or they can buy it through Amazon.com for themselves, or for other people, you know, other people that are in the hospital, single moms, people that are grieving, people that are healing in any way. I mean, this is just great stuff for everyone. But especially for the soldiers, it's called STS, or Sundrops to Soldiers. And if they go there, they can donate at a greatly reduced price, and we'll get it to the soldiers.
That's a fabulous service that you're offering. And so you touched upon something else, not only soldiers, but maybe high-risk teens, maybe someone going through a divorce, maybe a senior citizen. This is really for anybody.
Absolutely, because it's all about finding that happiness within inside of you, you know, because it's never going to be found outside of you, you know, but if you know where that is inside of you, if you even glimpse it, you know, with enough practice, we talked about it before, you can start making a path to that place. And no matter what's going on outside of you, you know, you can get that happiness. You know, and then once you get that happiness, you help everybody else around you.
Which is exactly what you're doing, Patrick. Thank you so much for being here today and sharing your Sundrops with us. Will you come back and see us again?
Indeed.
All right. Happy St. Patrick's Day and happy birthday to you, Patrick.
Thank you, Amy.
All right. For more information on Patrick McBride and how you can donate books for a veterans hospital near you, log on to our website at WFAA.com/GMT. Gary?
Well, thank you, Amy. Now, still to